Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tip Balls Podcast. I am your host, Sam Randazzo, and I am joined by my two rather festive co-hosts. To my right, it is the one and only Saint Nick.
Hello, and God bless everyone.
Can we get a ho, ho, ho?
Now I have a machine gun, asshole.
And behind the computer making it sound oh so mediocre, absolutely just licking on his own candy cane, it is Bruce, the Tugboat Venditti.
The Virgin
You're in the
Venditti.
festive mood today.
I am. It's okay.
It is
Bruce
that
the
it is
V
that time of
Venditti.
year, though. So.
My philosophy on
The
this
V.
is
That's your new name, the V.
I'll be V.
The V.
anyways, as soon as Thanksgiving's done, it's full-on Christmas spirit. That's it.
That's it.
I agree.
From here until
agree.
December 26th, it's nothing but Christmas spirit.
Oh, holy night.
I think even
Have a blue.
until
My favorite Christmas
New
song.
Year's, it's Christmas time.
No, a day after Christmas, it's done.
No.
I'm over it.
No.
But I'll say this much. My favorite news of the weekend was watching Jason Kelsey sing Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. And the entire Eagles offensive line and Jalen Hurts are recording a Christmas album.
Oh,
And it
God.
inspired me.
It was like
Us three should record.
I'm not doing that
Why?
because I don't like it.
You wouldn't
Bah
do-
humbug, and I don't like Christmas.
what was Greg Olson's? They had a team in college. They had a team band or something. It's called like the Seventh Floor Club. And to this day, they won't even talk about it because I guess it was really raunchy.
I have
It
no
was
idea.
really
Anyway.
bad.
But either way, I can't wait till that album comes out. The Eagles' entire offensive line making a Christmas album, and they actually sounded pretty good.
You know what they need? You know what they need to do? Start blocking better. That's what they fucking need to do.
Stop worrying about the music and start
Yeah.
worrying about the
Stop
football.
worrying about the fucking score, asshole.
They won.
Yeah, but they didn't cover.
What are you talking?
Oh, they did cover.
They did cover
My bad.
because I won because I bet on them to cover.
Okay.
Well, let's start out at Sunday Night Football. Obviously, there was a lot to take away from this game. Green Bay
Well,
had to.
let's go through the games first, no?
I'm going through the games.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't even.
He wants to start early.
You want to start with the Sunday night game? Go ahead. That's fine. Eagles, my pick to win the NFC.
Since when?
For my pick to win the NFC.
That was his pick.
When?
Fucking
Like-
months ago, a month ago,
Like
2
week
months ago.
3, week 4.
I picked them to win the NFC.
Oh,
I said it. Well,
you didn't seem really confident about them
I
going
have-
into this game because you picked Green Bay.
No, I picked Green Bay to cover.
No. I'm not going to let you spew.
well, hold
this
on.
Bullshit.
You did get one wrong because I called you after we recorded and I said
San Francisco and New Orleans.
Okay.
And thank God I did that because if I wouldn't have fucked that up and put San Francisco down, he would have looked completely fucking stupid. So
What does that mean? What are you saying?
Bruce pointed out the fact that you picked New Orleans to win on here in some ungodly
I did.
fucking moment.
I
that you
did take
had.
New Orleans.
And I
did.
accidentally put San Francisco down in there because I
Well, you
thought
need to change
myself,
it then
How
because
could
you know
anybody
what?
have been that fucking stupid?
Well, because
but-
I won on other games. It doesn't matter.
But you
I did take the Cleveland Browns to upset the Tampa
no,
Bay
you didn't.
Buccaneers.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. I'm
That's
sorry.
bullshit.
I'm
One
sorry.
you did take.
All I know is this:
Hold on, did
my
I win
lock
again
of the
this
week. My lock of the week came through. The Carolina Panthers absolutely bitch slapped Russell Wilson.
Can we
ride.
talk about that when we get to
All
it?
right.
We're talking about Philadelphia and Green Bay. And
Oh.
right now, as you sit here and tell everybody Philadelphia is your pick to win the NFC, you were the only one on this panel that picked Green Bay to win this weekend. So explain
But
that one.
Philadelphia is still my pick to win the NFC, period. And they'll probably be playing Pat Mahomes.
So why did you pick Green Bay to win this game?
Why? Because I know they were due for a downer.
I don't think that was a downer at all. Philadelphia ends up beating Green Bay 40-33. Aaron Rodgers, obviously, there was some controversy surrounding him earlier in the week where it came out that he has had a broken thumb since week 5. Whatever kind of fracture it has, the tendon actually separated from the bone with a piece of bone still attached to it. So I guess it's one of those painful fractures that you can have. And he's been playing through it. Obviously, last night he took
He's
a
been
pretty...
smoking a lot of peyote.
He took a pretty big hit last night that ended his game with a rib/oblique injury. And so his status is in question going forward. He said today, until they are mathematically eliminated, he is going to do whatever it takes to play.
That's a true guy right there.
Realistically, yes. Is that having the heart? Absolutely. Is that earning your $52 million? Absolutely. Is that smart, or does it make sense whatsoever? No. Because at the end of the day,
I don't totally agree with that.
Oh, okay.
I don't totally agree with that.
What would have to happen for Green Bay to make the play?
How much better is Aaron Rodgers than Jordan Love?
Well,
is a 50% Aaron Rodgers better than 100% Jordan Love?
I'll be honest with you.
I would say yes.
Well, no, I'll be honest with you. The few passes I saw out of Jordan Love last night, and they were saying on the broadcast that people close to the team were saying he had made huge strides from last year.
Okay.
The Jordan Love that we saw in a very limited capacity last night did not look like the Jordan Love of last year. I thought he looked...
We've seen him the whole preseason.
He came out and threw a touchdown right away.
Pretty fucking...
Yeah, but we've seen him the whole preseason. He was a shit sandwich.
Okay. But either way, even if you are not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, you're 4-8. You're now third in the NFC North because the Lions are on a hot streak. You're not going to catch up to Minnesota. Washington's on a hot streak.
They got lucky that the Bears lost.
I mean, essentially here... They are sitting they're below for a wild card spot. Obviously, Dallas, the Giants, Washington, who all have 7 wins. Seattle has 6. Atlanta has 5. And they have the same, well, no, Detroit's a half a game better than them now. So you are sitting way down there. Essentially here, unless this is Aaron Rodgers' last hurrah, unless this is going to be it, right? Which I mean, I don't think it's going to be because
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see him being in Green Bay next year. But something telling me
I don't think he comes back at all.
This is the thing. How is he not in Green Bay next year?
I just don't see him there.
What team is going to pay $55 million to bring in a 4-year-old?
I mean, there's teams out there that have that kind of money. Is there any contenders out there with that kind of money? I don't know.
If you're a contender, you're not. If you're contending in the league right now, you're not in the position to trade for Aaron Rodgers. For what?
Yeah.
I mean, fucking A.
There's going to be a lot of teams out there with the salary cap money to be able to sign him next year.
But he's under contract, so he'd have to be traded.
Correct.
And who would give up anything to bring in a $55 million 40-year-old quarterback that's not named Tom Brady?
Yeah, the Giants.
Why?
Why not?
The Giants are 7-4 with Daniel Jones.
Right. Imagine what they would be with
Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
Not 7-4.
Do you think Aaron Rodgers is better than Daniel Jones?
This year?
Absolutely.
No.
Okay.
He is not. He hasn't played better this year. Because arguably, Green Bay has
Patriots?
better. Mac Jones just had a career day.
Yeah.
Arguably,
the Titans.
Green Bay has
They've
better.
been trying to get rid of fucking what's his name for 3 years.
It's you're doing the same thing the Colts did. You're getting rid of one issue to bring in another.
Yeah.
Except Aaron Rodgers is the most expensive issue outside of Russell Wilson. Aaron Rodgers is the most expensive issue in the league right now. Like, let's be real about it. Yes, his health at the moment could be a big portion of it, but Green Bay does not have a bad running back tandem. Green Bay, as they have shown the last couple of games, does not have an awful receiving core. Arguably, Green Bay's receiving core is better than the Giants.
Yes.
You know, at the end of the day, Tennessee yesterday, Derrick Henry, it's starting to seem like he has games where he is Derrick Henry and will run for 160 yards, but then he goes up against a really good defense, and I didn't even know if the Bengals were a really good defense before yesterday, and he runs for 2 yards per carry. We've seen it multiple occasions this year now. So
yeah, he had 17 carries for 38 yards.
Who?
Derrick Henry.
Well, exactly. That's my point. So if you are Tennessee, you're not in the position to bring.
Remember what I told you about that thing with Cincinnati?
They
got DJ Reader back. What?
Can we get to that game before we talk about it?
Absolutely.
I'm using this as an example as it pertains to Aaron Rodgers.
So am I.
But DJ Reader stopping Derrick Henry doesn't pertain to Aaron Rodgers. What does is the fact that if you're Tennessee, you're not going to give up Ryan Tannehill to bring him in. Green Bay is backed into a corner right now. And what they did is they went halfway in. Ain't
nobody in a bigger quarter than out west over there.
They
Rocky
spent
Mountains.
they spent the entirety of the national banks of small countries to keep Aaron Rodgers there and let his safety blanket, left his best target go. And at the end of the day, Aaron Rodgers should sit out the rest of this year, get healthy, give it a run again next year, let Jordan Love do his thing. You know your job's secure. Jordan Love could go out there and play like Joe Montana, and they're not going to give him the starting job because everybody there would look absolutely ignorant for paying this man $50+ million a year to bring in Jordan Love. Your job is secure. Your spot on the team is secure. You played 12 games. Go home, rest up. You're obviously battered beyond belief. And try it again next year.
Maybe he'll be in Tampa next year.
As far as Philadelphia goes, I'm going to be brutally honest. What Jalen Hurts did last night was absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And I said it on last week's show. If Jalen Hurts doesn't win in the MVP, the whole fucking league is rigged. Period.
2 weeks ago, you said Justin Fields.
No, it was about 3 weeks ago when I suggested Jalen Hurts in the talk of MVP. You told me I was crazy.
Absolutely, completely, 1,000% false.
Bullshit.
Absolute
Bullshit.
bullshit.
You need to go back about 4 weeks on 4 episodes when I said Jalen Hurts should be in a contention of talking about MVP, and you said absolutely not.
He'll 1,000% justify this. I have at no point said anything about that. I said Justin Fields, obviously now that he's hurt and not playing, what he was doing for the Bears, it would be justifiable to have him in the MVP race.
There's 3 guys in the MVP talk right now. Only 3. The cuteness, Pat Mahomes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tua Tagovailoa, and Jalen Hurts. Those are the only 3 that are going to be in talk as far as MVP.
At the end of the day, this is the way I see it. It's MVP is most valuable player.
Correct.
Okay? Is Patrick Mahomes more valuable to the Chiefs than Jalen Hurts is to the Eagles right now? The answer to that question is no. Because I got news for you. If you're going to sit here, he ran for fucking 1,000 yards last night by himself. He put the fucking team on his back. Jalen Hurts.
You're trying to tell me that if Pat Mahomes was not able to go for Kansas City, that they would still win?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't believe that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You could put Taylor Heineke in Kansas City, and they're still winning as many games as they are now. At the end of the day, take Travis Kelce and put him on the Eagles. They're winning every game by 28 points. That's it. At the end of the day.
I mean, you don't think me saying that Tua Tagovailoa, as far as MVP on his team goes,
absolutely. The Miami
lost
Dolphins,
the 2 games that he didn't fucking play. The 3 games he didn't play, they lost.
Yeah, that's 1,000% right.
So he is definitely an MVP candidate.
But he shouldn't. It's not even a contest. Yeah, they're going to have finalists. It's not even a contest.
I think between him and Jalen Hurts.
No, it's not between.
Jalen
Hurts, without question, should be the MVP of this league.
Not yet. It's a little early. We still have some time to go.
You want to know what I love? Everybody that he likes, as soon as I see the light and take their side, he starts to talk shit. Just to create a conference. Yeah, you are.
I said it's a 3-horse race.
No, it's not. Anybody with eyes.
Race.
Anyone with eyes. Watch especially that game last night, and Jalen Hurts is the MVP.
He's basically,
and there's no question,
on his knees right now, looking up at you saying you were right.
Because here's the thing. Is Miami, if you take Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and put them on Philadelphia and give Tua A.J. Brown, is Miami where they are? No. No, they're not. Period.
Crazy.
Jalen Hurts is doing this with smoke and fucking mirrors, realistically.
I don't know. I think he's
I truly believe out of the 3 teams that we're talking about right now,
Dallas Goedert a lot.
I would have to say the offensive line for Philly is better than Kansas City's, and they're better than Miami's.
I agree with that.
The offensive line is better. As far as weapons go,
they're the worst of them.
I don't think anybody has better weapons than Tua Tagovailoa.
No.
Nobody.
No. Honest to God, I don't even know where I would put Philadelphia in the weapons conversation. They're not top 5. They're not.
Well, Miles Sanders, I'll tell you what. He hasn't done
Jesus
shit.
Christ. He hasn't done shit
Hold
all
on.
year.
He hasn't done shit against good teams until fucking yesterday.
Well, that also brings into question how good is Green Bay's defense? Because for any team to run.
Well, Green Bay's defense is good.
They are.
They are not bad. If you look at them statistically, they're in the top 10.
Philadelphia ran for 300 yards.
Yeah, and 143 of those was Miles Sanders.
Yep. And how many was Hurts?
He went for over 100. I don't know exactly how many.
Dude. 157 yards rushing for Jalen Hurts. Okay, so
listen,
at the end of the day,
he has that in his repertoire, and he's been using it all year.
But that is why he is MVP. Because if he wasn't there, they wouldn't have won this game last night. Because realistically, Philadelphia's defense, which was the crown jewel of this team, didn't play that great of a game.
They haven't played that great of a game since Jordan Davis has gone out.
It's been 3 or 4 weeks now since we saw Philadelphia have a defensive game.
Yeah.
I'm on something here.
What?
There's a connection between last year and this year. Last year, everyone was praising Andrew Whitworth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now they're praising Kelsey.
Jason Kelsey?
Yes.
Well, Jason Kelsey's been one of the best centers
I know,
in the league
but this
for
year,
10 years.
this year it's been like
pretty
crazy.
Because they pick and choose their guys. They want to.
Everybody on the Eagles
here.
Everyone on the Eagles is going to get praised immensely. You're 10-1.
They're Philadelphia, dude. It's the Eagles.
They're 10-1.
Yeah.
When you are 10-1, I watched it for fucking years. New England would be 10-1, and they'd be sitting there fucking praising the second string right guard for his incredible play. That's how it goes. When your team is this good, you have a microscope on you, and when you have a bad game like they did against Washington, everyone's ready to throw you away. And then when you have a game like Jalen Hurts did last night where he broke the fucking team rushing record, you're back on top of the world. But point blank period, even if Philadelphia doesn't win the Super Bowl, even if they don't win the NFC, Jalen Hurts is the MVP of this league. Because without him, they're not there. Miles Sanders, great fucking game last night. Absolutely great game.
That was an unusual game for him because he hasn't done that good against tough defense.
No, he hasn't.
So I will give him that.
Like, if you look up and down, their entire rushing, I mean, Jalen Hurts ran for 9 yards a carry. Miles Sanders, 6. Kenneth Gainwell, 5. Boston Scott only got 3 carries, 24 yards. The Packers' defense had no answer. None.
On the road.
For the Eagles.
On the road to a tough game.
No answer.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this now. We can put an X to Green Bay.
Okay.
It's over.
Okay.
That one's done. Especially if Rodgers doesn't. If Rodgers takes the smart route and ends his season, they're done. Realistically, the Detroit Lions defense looks better than the Green Bay Packers right now.
Okay.
That was fucking awful. That was awful. And you want to know what I was thinking about when I was watching this? When is Philadelphia going to hit the skids? When are they going to hit the skids? Because I thought after Washington, I was going to see them miss a beat.
I actually thought they were going to start to lose momentum after that game.
And then they beat Indy by 1. And we were like, oh, God, this might happen. And then last night, realistically, this game was not a 7-point game. It was a 14-point game. Philadelphia had their number 2 defense in there, and fucking Jordan Love found a fucking wide-open touchdown. Great. Tennessee is going to be a tough matchup. The Giants, Chicago, Dallas, they have 2 more big games this year that are going to be
a lot of divisional games there, and we know what happens in divisional games.
They have 3 divisional games. Dallas and New York twice.
They have to play Washington
And you can't sit here. No, they don't. They already played Washington twice.
Okay.
You can't sit here and tell me you think the Giants team that we saw Detroit dismantle is going to give Philadelphia a game. Because the Giants are on their fucking toboggan ride down. All right.
Okay.
I think Dallas is stuck right here in the middle.
They lost by 8 to Dallas.
And Tennessee Tennessee, I mean, didn't look
We don't
all
know
that
what
great yesterday.
Tennessee team is going to show up.
Yeah, like Philadelphia realistically could run this. They could run it.
Well, you know what? And the Commanders, what can you say about them right now?
Yeah, they're a playoff team. Point
What can
blank,
you fucking
Washington
say
is
about
a
them
fucking
right now?
playoff
Taylor
team.
Heineke has got them playing at a fucking high level.
They're a half a game behind the Giants for the wild card spot. So, like, that division. You know what?
You want to know what's weird? You could see 14. You could see that whole division go to the fucking playoffs.
Yep.
Especially if the North keeps shitting the bed.
Correct, and
And the South keeps shitting the bed. You could see fucking at least 3 of those teams in the playoffs.
And that's the most fucked up thing ever, because we thought I went back and listened. We thought Philadelphia would win that division with 9 wins. And Dallas, the Giants, and Washington, I think we picked Dallas for 7 or 8, the Giants for 4 or 5, and Washington 1 or 2. And we thought that was going to be by far the worst division in football.
That
and now
was
you
with
have
Carson Wentz, though. I mean, I still think we deserve a little bit of credit for that.
credit
With
for
Carson
what?
Wentz, they weren't winning.
Okay. At the end of the day, we were fucking way off. Awful. But I'll say this. Nobody expected the NFC South to be the shit show that it is.
Oh, my God.
I mean, we all expected the NFC North to be what it was. But, I mean, god damn. Philadelphia right now, it's hard to argue. But it's also hard to look at it because it's like, they're kind of Chicago-esque. They're just really good at it. They're kind of Chicago-esque.
It's a 3-team pony race right now between the Niners, Minnesota, and Philadelphia.
I'm going to be honest with you. Right now, for Philadelphia not to be in the Super Bowl, they would have to drastically shit the bed.
Yeah.
Because, honest to God.
Well, they haven't faced a team like the 49ers yet.
Well, but the 49ers' problem is they can't score. They can't score. They have all the weapons in the world, and they could not score.
I will say this, after watching that game yesterday, is there anybody who comes with heart and soul like the New Orleans Saints, man?
Let's talk about that game. Well,
they put their heart and soul into that game.
You just blow my mind.
And it was unbelievable.
You sit here. Is there anybody who puts their heart and soul into a game like the New Orleans Saints? They didn't manage one fucking point, dude. They couldn't. They didn't get one fucking point.
Listen to me. This is the type of game I love personally. That defensive, just juggernaut, hard hitting. Guys going out left and right. And Jawan Jennings comes out of fucking nowhere. Guy had some big catches, scores a touchdown right near the end there just to seal the victory for the 49ers.
I'm going to be honest with you. Watching this game, San Francisco's offense didn't impress me yesterday. Christian McCaffrey.
Garoppolo's numbers weren't that bad, dude.
Christian McCaffrey didn't look all that great. Elijah Mitchell got hurt. Debo fucking Samuel got hurt. George Kittle couldn't get open against the Saints linebacking core, which I will give that to them. They had Kittle blanketed for the most part. And they just didn't realistically, they didn't show me anything yesterday. On the other side, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. Actually, I have 2 things. One, why is Alvin Kamara getting 7 carries? In what
Why is
world,
Andy Dalton leading
when
the
you
team in
have
rushing?
Andy fucking Dalton as your quarterback, Alvin Kamara is a premier fucking back in this league. The last good game he had 5 touchdowns. Why are you handing this guy the ball 7 times?
He should be getting the ball at least 30 times a game.
Well, they didn't have that many possessions. I'll give it to him. This game was slow as shit.
That's the Shanahan offense.
Right. Guess what? The Taysom Hill thing doesn't work anymore. It works for 1 or 2 games a year, and then he needs to go back onto the fucking practice squad where he belongs. It does not work. It ain't working. It's not fucking working.
Andy Dalton was sacked 7 times.
Andy Dalton, guess what? I'm going to go on a limb and say
I'm shocked that he made it through the game.
Jameis Winston must look absolutely fucking atrocious in practice for them to keep going with Andy Dalton.
Yeah, it's got to.
It's got to be bad. New Orleans, again, this is a problem. They show promise, and they're in a year where they could fucking win the division.
Yeah.
They have the talent to win the division, and they just keep shitting it away. They're down in last place below the fucking worse than dog shit fucking Panthers. It's awful.
I wouldn't say that about them
Yeah,
because
they're
they've
pretty
been
much just dog shit
rejuvenated.
right now.
Here we go.
A star
Let's
is
praise
born.
them. Let's praise them.
A star is born.
God.
Are we going to talk about it?
San Francisco, I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
Before this week, I thought San Francisco had the edge over Philadelphia.
I don't think so.
I don't think that anymore.
No.
You did too, though.
Well, listen, their defense, they have the weapons, they have the talent. Can they put it together?
San Francisco
They were
has to
unable to put anything together yesterday.
Yeah,
They weren't.
I agree.
I mean, when Juwan Jennings is your top guy, I don't get it.
I
don't get it. He's got weapon after weapon there, and he fucking hasn't been able. Now the offensive line looked a little shaky yesterday. They looked fucking shaky against the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
They did not look good.
No, San Francisco's offense did not look good. They didn't. You have an offense with Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Elijah Mitchell, Brandon Ayuk. That Juwan Jennings kid's a rising star. George Kittle, and you can't muster more than 13 fucking points?
Yeah, and a team that was struggling to fucking even get the ball down the field.
Come on.
Andy Dalton threw for not even 200 yards. Come on.
I know.
Kyle Shanahan offense.
Next
Goddamn shit show.
Next up, the Los Angeles Rams went into Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. The Chiefs came in as a 15.5-point favorite. They won 26-10. The Chiefs decided to take this game off. And that's really all you can say about it. Van Jefferson accidentally caught a touchdown pass.
Okay.
Bryce Perkins threw 2 picks for 100 yards, had a whopping QBR of 45. Patrick Mahomes played in this game like it was a exhibition.
Actually, you know what? It was getting so boring for him that he was getting cute down by the goal line, threw 1 pick in the end zone, should have had 2 taken away, and didn't because he was getting too cute.
You want to know, honest to God, you want to know what's funny? Kansas City had if they wanted to yesterday, if they wanted to take that game seriously and come out there, they could have hung 60 on the Rams.
Oh, absolutely.
But
absolutely.
Kansas City, and he said it, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on this one. You said it, they'll play down to the Rams, and that's why you didn't want to cover.
That's exactly what happened.
That's why you didn't want to cover in that. They still managed to cover, but that's exactly what happened.
There's
a 17-point game.
That could have went to 60 yesterday.
No, they didn't cover. It was it went to 15.5.
15.5, they covered.
Fuck that. When we were looking at it, it was 16.
And I took it at 15.5 and won.
Oh. Okay.
Shitting my pants the whole time. But yeah, the Chiefs are the best team in the league right now. And
I agree with that.
They play.
I agree. The Super Bowl goes through Kansas City.
Yeah, and they decide whether or not they're gonna give an opponent every.
At what point do they lose hunger? Because it's going to be easy for them down the stretch here, because the teams that they're playing aren't that good. You know, they're going to run away with their division.
Kansas City, yeah.
And I don't give a shit that the Chargers won yesterday.
Yeah, no.
They're going to run away with it, dude.
The thing is about Kansas City, they are currently 9-2. And I mean, if you look at some of those games, I think they lost the first
Colt game.
I'm sorry. They lost to the Colt game 20-17. That was another one of those games that they just took the week off.
Yeah, that Matt Ryan
had
it.
The game of his career, yeah. And then they lost to Buffalo by 4. But that's expected. And if you're a Chiefs fan, I bet you're kind of happy that happened, because
it woke them up.
Yeah.
It woke up the Giant.
And I mean, going forward, they play Cincinnati this week at Cincinnati. That could be a nice game. Then they play Denver, which will be, honest to God, that game will open up at a 21-point favorite for the Chiefs, and they'll win by 6 because they'll play down to Denver. Then they play Houston, so they get 2 weeks in a row where they can just rest.
Play down to everybody.
It'll look like a backyard football game. And then they play Seattle, Denver again, and at Vegas to end the year. So I think
that
Kansas
last
City
game of the year could have some
stroll through the park.
Some shit.
Huh?
That game against the Raiders could have some shit implications.
So we're back in on the Raiders now.
No, I'm not backing on the Raiders.
So then what
But I will
implications
say
could it
this.
fucking have?
I will say this. This stretch coming up here for Seattle is going to tell you what team they really are.
See, I've been saying this for a month now. Seattle's not for real. Let's go right into that. Overtime game between the Raiders and Seattle. Josh Jacobs decided to call game with around 4 minutes left in overtime.
Oh, my God.
And I was sitting there watching this, and I was just blown away. Absolutely blown away with the performance from Josh Jacobs yesterday. 33 carries for 229 yards. That is 6.97 yards per carry on 33 runs.
Yes.
2 touchdowns, and that's not all. Through the air, he had 6 receptions for 74 yards.
These are Derrick Henry fucking numbers right here.
That's better than Derrick Henry numbers.
Not Derrick Henry numbers. Derrick Henry has games like that. 33 carries for 200 yards.
230 yards.
2 tugs.
That was absolutely astonishing.
And Derek Carr played pretty well.
Derek
too.
Carr,
You know,
he had 2 bad
ball
picks, which kept Seattle in this game.
Yeah.
Other than that, 25 for 36, 295, 3 touchdowns. I mean, Mac Hollins, Amir Abdullah, and Foster Morneau each had touchdown catches. That was the Raiders' offense.
They all had almost 600 yards of fucking offense.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
This right here was the Raiders' offense we thought we'd see all year.
Yes.
This was what we thought. This is what I expect for Josh Jacobs to go for 250? No. I think it must have been the thing last week, a couple weeks ago.
And was it Derek Carr losing his mind
together.
fucking 2 weeks ago? What are you doing?
I'm just happy
Why?
because you guys chose wrong and I chose right.
Anyway.
Who chose wrong?
I
picked
chose
the
wrong.
Raiders.
I took
No,
Seattle.
hold on.
Oh, no, I took Seattle. You're right.
There's
you're right.
2 Seattles here.
Yes, I took Seattle.
Seattle.
Okay.
You were the only one who took the Raiders.
I
Yes,
I said that in order for me to
so
pick,
you're gloating now? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Is that what this little pyramid fucking
in order for me
Hey,
to
with
take
your
the
hand.
Raiders,
I was being one.
asshole?
in order for me to take the Raiders, I needed to see a serious game out of them.
Well, we've seen a
That was
serious
it.
game out of them
That was it.
on the road in a fucking hard place to play, and
Now-
I'll give them that.
Josh Jacobs, okay? I love this performance. And I mean, he deserves all the fucking praise in the world, okay? Truly. The problem is,
What is he going to do next?
what will he do next week? And that's always been the
Who they
question
playing
mark with
next
Josh
week?
Jacobs. The talent is always there.
Yeah.
He's always talented. But it seems like, and you see it now, you see what he's able to do, but the guy, he takes weeks off.
I will say this, though.
They play the
A
Chargers.
lot of those runs he was making were on his own
I know.
because he was getting hit in the backfield and had to break tackle after tackle.
Josh Jacobs.
I'd like to know how many tackles he fucking broke. in
Josh
that game.
Jacobs decides when
Yeah.
and when he's not going to have a game.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah, going forward, the Raiders play the Chargers, then the Rams, New England, Pittsburgh,
Charger
Frisco,
game's a big game,
KC.
then.
Is my Amir
Yeah.
Abdullah ball worth anything yet?
What?
He had a touchdown yesterday.
He
A couple
got
years
me
ago,
a-
I got Bruce and Amir Abdullah signed football.
Okay. Anyway,
As far as the other side of the ball goes,
the Seahawks. I mean, is Geno Smith starting? His numbers, if you look at his numbers, 27 of 37 for 328, 2 touchdowns and a pick. The numbers aren't bad.
he had a better QBR than Derek Carr.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why was Drew Lock out there for the coin flip in overtime?
Because I think Drew Lock's a captain.
Okay.
Is he?
I think he's a captain.
Well, yeah, the punter for the fucking Raiders was out there, so
Well,
I
that's what.
assume
Sometimes the team will send out a punt.
Dan
which I
Carlson, the
understand,
kicker, the
but
punter, whatever.
The backup quarterback's just as worthless as the fucking punter, if not more so.
Right,
Send his
so-
I don't know. Hey, punt's pretty important, man.
Kenneth Walker, extremely unimpressive running the ball yesterday. That's realistically the first time we've seen him unimpressive running the ball. He did snag 2 touchdowns.
their defense was that tough yesterday.
The Raiders' defense played very well. They stopped the
Chandler
run
Jones
well.
finally showed up.
Yep.
It's like he's wanting to play now. Max Crosby is a monster
And
as usual.
We'll be honest. The Raiders' front was never really a big question mark. They were
No.
playing poorly,
Yeah.
but you know the talent's there. The Raiders' secondary is where things get a little bit iffy.
Yeah.
And I still don't understand why they cut Jonathan Abram. We might never know, but their secondary is kind of weak. And I'll be honest with you, you know who I really am starting to like is Marquise Goodwin for the Seahawks. He's a
he's nice number 3.
Yes, he's a very nice number 3.
Yeah.
He complements the other two well. That Metcalf, Lockett, and Goodwin situation, that's nice.
He's a sprinter.
I'm going to be honest.
He's a
I
runner.
think
He's a
we've
track
seen
star.
I think we've seen the best of the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, I think we have too, and they got some really tough games coming up here.
At Rams, not at Rams, Carolina, Frisco, KC, Jets.
That
Rams.
Frisco KC
Jets
Jet stretch is
might be
going to tell you who they really are.
Yeah. But either way, I thought that was a very, very nice performance for the Raiders. And honest to God, going into this week, they have some heat behind them now. And they play the Chargers. And I'll be honest with you, I think that's going to be a very good game.
Yeah.
If it's a big if they
Fucking
can
Chargers.
play, and guess what? Josh Jacobs not going to run for 230 yards a week, so you can't expect that. But if they can play with the same tenacity that they did this week, even if Josh Jacobs doesn't run for 230 yards,
Well, I will say this: if James Conner put $120 on the fucking on the Chargers, and he did. He put $120 on him.
Let's talk about that game.
You don't think Josh Jacobs will put $1.50 on him?
He very well might.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruce over here sucking dick again.
Why? What?
I'll say this. Brandon Staley.
I took the fucking Cardinals.
Yep, so did I.
And I'm going to tell you this much.
I'm just happy because it was my lock.
I am good with that.
Well, and I took him.
Here's the thing.
To my lock.
Yeah, my lock was the only one that lost this week. Here's the thing. Brandon Staley, we've always knocked him for being so conservative. And he is. They've lost games this year due to him being conservative.
Right.
Him going for 2 at the end of this game to seal the deal, having faith in Justin Herbert, having faith in an offense that's been injury-prone and shaky at times this year, went a long way for me. And I think that goes a long way for this team, and I think that was the best possible thing he could have done to build momentum up. And it was risky, because if they wouldn't have gotten that and they would have lost this game, they're done for.
Yeah.
Right? They would have dropped to 5
I
and 6.
agree with that.
They'd have been done for. But that one play really, really, I think, was a huge momentum boost for this team. And I think going forward, you're going to see them carry themselves a little differently.
Okay.
Overall, great game out of James Conner.
Yes.
Fabulous game out of James Conner. 25 for 120.
And he did a lot of that on his own.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, Arizona's offensive line
is not good.
not pretty. DeAndre Hopkins, nice game. Marquise Brown, first game back from injury, recorded 46 yards and 6 receptions. Overall, I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm surprised he lost his game.
I'm surprised they lost this fucking game. He took the words out of my
I
mouth.
was shocked. I was shocked, and I was
It was
just
a good
like,
football game.
what the other fuck is going on?
They played a good game.
And they were helped out by some shitty penalties right down the end of there
And
on that last drive.
Arizona, now that you got Kyler healthy, you got Marquise Brown out there. He opened up a lot of things for Hopkins yesterday. I truly believe
Correct.
that.
I agree.
And I think this offense is only going to get better. Going forward, they get more time all playing together. It's only going to get better. It's only going to get better.
Yeah.
On the other side of the ball, the Chargers obviously win in a great fashion. DeAndre Carter steps up big, 7 receptions, 73 yards, and 1 touchdown. And I'll be honest with you, he is starting to establish himself as a force on this team, especially with Mike Williams out.
And I'm going to tell you something right now. He's one of the favorite targets.
He is.
Taylor Heineke.
He was targeted 10 times. The only person who was targeted
of
more
Taylor
was Austin
Heineke.
Eckler.
He was in Washington last
I
year.
remember.
He was a force down the stretch.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's one to keep an eye out on, because DeAndre Carter, he's a return guy, right?
And you got Mike Williams hurt.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to ease. I don't know about ease, but you're trying to get all these guys that are
Keenan
injured.
Allen.
Receiver. Yeah, you're trying
Only
to get
targeted
him
7
back
times.
into the swing of things because he's missed 5 games or something like that. So they need him.
I thought Justin Herbert yesterday looked truly, without question, healthy for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
He was poised yesterday. He was accurate. He was poised. He made good decisions. That was a good Justin Herbert game. Even if they would have lost this, I would have said the same thing.
Yeah.
110 QBR, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns. They really weren't able to do all that much on the ground. Granted, they didn't really go to the ground that much.
Right.
But Austin Eckler, 11 receptions, 60 yards, and a touchdown. Beautiful game out of him. Can't ask for much more. He ran for 20 on the ground on 5 carries. I'm not going to lie. I'm starting to buy back into the Chargers a little bit because I wasn't there last week. I wasn't there. If they can stay healthy. If they can stay healthy.
Yeah.
That's the key. Because if Keenan Allen stubs his toe and is out again and Mike Williams doesn't play for the rest of the year and their defensive line can't stop anybody.
Yeah, they're fucking decimated right now.
Their defense is absolutely decimated, but they looked good.
Khalil Mack can't do it by himself. That's
No.
for damn sure.
No. Next up, this game was just absolutely incredible. Truly, this game was incredible. Baltimore headed down to Duval to play the Jaguars. Jaguars end up besting the Ravens 28-27 in another 2-point conversion to end the game. And I saw something here, okay? And this is something we need to talk about now. Lamar Jackson obviously is a very talented quarterback. And no question about it, but I saw a tweet, and it said, how are you going to pay a quarterback $250 million guaranteed dollars who consistently over and over and over, and we have said this a bunch of times on this show this year, Baltimore has not had a runaway definitive win, who over and over and over again, it comes down to the wire, and you got to put the game on Justin Tucker. And you're lucky you have the best kicker in probably NFL history, because that's the only reason you are where you are. Again and again and again this year, Baltimore has come down to the wire with these games, and Justin Tucker bailed him out. And then they trot him out there for what would have been NFL record-breaking, again, 67-yard field goal.
That came up about 2 feet short.
And guess what? If it would have been from 65 or 66, he would have had it.
He would have had it.
And you know what? They make a great point. That person made a great point. You can't expect that. And you can't right now justify paying Lamar $250 million guaranteed dollars because not because of Lamar Jackson's lack of talent. Not because I don't think Lamar Jackson could be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Because you don't have one fucking complimentary player that's not named Mark Andrews there that is worth a literal living fuck. Period.
We have
Period.
The ghost of he had a catch in the game.
Deshaun Jackson with his 62
the ghost of
yards.
Deshaun Jackson.
Come on, dude. Get this fucking guy some help. Every week we sit here and talk about Baltimore's game. And every week, their leading receiver this week was Josh Oliver. Who is that? Did anybody know who Josh Oliver was before this
I think
week?
he's a backup tight end.
I mean, come on, dude. Devin Duvernay, that's what you're going to trot out there as your number one receiver?
That's what they do.
DeMarcus Robinson, 1 catch, 17 yards. Patrick Richard. Come on, dude. They are literally pissing away a season in which they went out and traded for the best defensive player available at the fucking deadline.
Yeah.
And you do nothing with it. And they won't do anything with it. Because I got news for you. The way Cincinnati played in the month of November, Cincinnati will win this division. Baltimore will be on the outside looking in because Lamar Jackson physically cannot do this by himself. What more are you going to ask from him? What more are you going to ask for him? You have him out there throwing to absolutely fucking nobody, garbage, dumpster fucking hippo shit receivers.
Hippo shit?
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay.
You got him running the ball 14 times. And guess what? Lamar Jackson is not in the art of sliding anymore. My man is lowering the fucking shoulder. I watched him go over and over and over.
He's in the
again.
best shape of his career, and he put on about 15 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, but guess what? He's going to end up dead.
He's going to end up like Josh Allen.
He's going to end up fucking dead. And then everyone's going to talk shit about the fact that Lamar Jackson isn't this out-of-body quarterback, and he doesn't deserve this. And that's the problem I have with it.
I think Lamar Jackson will be headed out of Baltimore.
I think so, too. Because
wanted
does
to.
Lamar Jackson as a quarterback deserve to be paid $250 million fully guaranteed? Yes, but is it worth doing it if you're not going to bring anybody for him to do it with? No. You can't expect to win games like this.
And I don't want to take nothing away from Lamar Jackson, but Trevor Lawrence fucking impressed the shit out of me yesterday.
2 games in a row now.
Yes.
2 games in a row. Now, we saw this, all right? We saw Jacksonville have one isolated good games, right? Like, for example,
The Philadelphia game.
they beat the Colts 24-0. They beat the Chargers 38-10, right? They played Philadelphia all the way down, only lost by a
All the way
touchdown.
down to the wire.
Right? They lost to the Giants by 5. They've strung together some nice games. Now, he had a nice game last week against Kansas City. The defense let them down. Then they go into the bye week. Then they come out against Baltimore, and this is an exclamation point win. This team now has wins over the Chargers. They have wins over the Raiders. They have wins over Indy, and now Baltimore. So, that to me was the
Those
best.
are quality wins.
Those are quality wins.
They're not beating up
And-
the Houston Texans and
Correct.
shit like that.
That to me was the best game I've seen Trevor Lawrence play as an NFL quarterback.
They did, however, they did lose Travis Etienne. Hopefully his injury ain't significant.
Well, that's a good point. They didn't have Travis Etienne, and they
Oh,
were
yeah,
able
he
to win
went
this
out.
game. Zay Jones, 11 receptions for 145 yards.
I don't know what happened with that.
JaMychal Hasty, 5 for 67. Christian Kirk, quiet day, 4 for 46.
He had 28 yards rushing.
Agnew had a touchdown. Marvin Jones had a touchdown. Evan
Yeah,
Ingram,
he spread the ball out.
non-existent.
Nice.
But Lawrence spread the ball out nice. He did not make a mistake. He had a QBR of 130. He threw 3 touchdown passes with no run game. Absolutely phenomenal performance out of him.
Because when you look at this game, they were actually down at one point. They were down pretty big.
Yeah, in Jacksonville's
And they
defense.
put 18 points on that Baltimore defense in
Right.
the fourth quarter.
And Jacksonville's defense did nothing to help them yesterday.
Yeah.
Nothing. Their
They
defense
gave up
was a low
15
point.
in the fourth quarter.
Right. So overall, Jacksonville, that was a beautiful exclamation point.
Defensively, I would say Baltimore has more problems defensively than offensively. And I know that I'm going to say that. It sounds ridiculous, but their defense couldn't stop them yesterday.
No. But
They were
honest to
awful.
God, but I'll be honest with you. When you think about Trevor Lawrence's college career, that's the impact you expected him to have in the NFL.
Yes.
Is it didn't matter what defense he was going up against, he could outwill them and outplay them. And that was the first time we saw Trevor Lawrence up against a top defense in this league go out there and outwill them, outplay them. Trevor Lawrence outplayed them yesterday. And I'll be honest with you, I think that's a good look at things to come. And that's why when we started out this year,
That turnover by Baltimore actually led to them.
absolutely
being
it did.
able to
But
win.
this is
Yeah.
why
The
what we
fumble.
saw yesterday out of Jacksonville is why I picked them to be better than they were this year. And that was the first time we've seen it.
No, because on paper they're real nice.
Going forward for Baltimore,
I don't know.
Denver, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Atlanta,
Okay.
Pittsburgh, Cincy.
Okay, for Baltimore, the Denver game, Denver and Pittsburgh, if they can't beat these two teams, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Because Denver's a shit show, and Pittsburgh, we haven't seen them yet. They're going to be playing tonight, Monday night.
And I don't want to jinx anything here. But Jacksonville going forward. Detroit, Tennessee, Dallas, Jets, Houston, Tennessee.
Very winnable games, all of them.
Honest to God,
The only game that they're going to
Dallas.
really, I see them having big trouble
is
with,
Dallas.
the Jets. The
Ooh.
Jets and Dallas.
Well, if the Jets, I don't think the Jets, I'm not all that worried about the Jets right now.
I would be worried about the Jets because it's the Mike White show.
It is the Mike White show.
Why?
Anyways, I'm joking.
No,
Anyway.
No. I honestly probably want to go to that one next.
Oh, you
I
want
wanna
to
talk
skip
about
over my lock of the week?
We can talk about that fucking shit show if you'd like.
What do you mean shit show? What do you mean shit show?
The Panthers in Denver?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Can we talk about it?
Sure.
Can we talk about the resurrection of Sam Darnold? the resurrection. By the way, this was my lock of the week.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Let's.
He was 11 of 19 for 164 yards and a touchdown.
What a game.
No turnovers.
What a fucking game.
No turnovers. They controlled the ball. DeAndre Moore had a great game, 4 receptions, 103 yards and a touchdown.
DeAndre Moore?
Whatever his name is, Moore.
DJ
Moore, whatever.
Okay, let's be realistic here now. And
Yes.
This is a good joke. This is funny.
No, because Moore was actually a top guy last year when Sam Darnold was playing.
Yeah.
And now he's actually relevant
He
again.
had one 52-yard touchdown reception. So
Okay.
Sam Darnold had a nice
Let's be real
rolling
here.
touchdown.
Let's
on
be
the
real
ground.
here. Denver's defense fell asleep, and the Panthers were able to run for 180 yards.
Yeah.
That's it, dude. That's it. Deonta Foreman looked like a fucking absolute beast yesterday, 24 rush, 113, and Chuba Hubbard had his first halfway decent game since McCaffrey's been gone.
And the defense,
That was it.
the defense was stout. Brian Burns continues to be
Brian Burns had a great game.
a force in this league.
Russell Wilson
And-
hit 300.
Carolina's defense looked good.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Okay. Now we need to get into the real shit here.
Okay.
The Denver Broncos, this offense,
Latavius Murray.
great. Great.
You're talking about a guy who wasn't even playing. He was on the fucking practice squad. 13 carries, 92 yards.
Yeah, he had a 52-yard run.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's be real here.
Okay.
Right? That in itself, Latavius Murray running for 92 yards, just contradicts everything we said about the Panthers' defensive line.
No,
Because
they did play good. They did play good.
guess
Against
what?
a fucking beast of a guy.
What?
Latavius Murray's a monster, dude. He's
Dude,
big.
come on.
Big dude. He runs hard.
Latavius Murray, nobody else wanted him. Please.
What do you mean?
At the end of the day, these are two of the 5 worst teams in the league.
Okay.
And guess what? The Panthers aren't the worst because Denver is. Denver's offense is so fucking unadulteratedly absolute fucking possum shit awful. It is. They are the. This is the epitome.
I just want
That
to
was a
know
big
this.
build-up
I want to
for
know what
possum
Mike Purcell said to Russell Wilson
Hopefully
when he
told
walked out
him-
the field and absolutely lost his
Hopefully
shit
he
on
told him to go fuck himself and leave. Because Russell Wilson's awful. He is fucking awful.
19 of 35 for 142 yards and a touchdown.
You want to know who I feel bad for? You want to know who I feel bad for? I feel bad for, and this is the only time
Portland Sutton.
this is the only time I'll ever say I feel bad for somebody who's this fucking wealthy. I feel bad for Rob Walton. He didn't sign that deal. He didn't sign this fucking deal. He didn't sign up for this. This is awful.
Who signed it?
You want to know what I do if I'm him? I am one of the 20 richest people on earth. I'm writing Russell Wilson a check and tell him to get the fuck out. It's awful. It is absolutely fucking awful.
Well, he was sacked 3 times. They turned the ball over twice. I mean,
Dude, come on. Everybody needs to stop making
I don't
excuses
know
for this
dude.
guy.
I don't have an excuse for
Got
him.
nothing.
He's fucking
This
awful.
guy 2 years ago was one of the top quarterbacks, top 5 quarterback. In
You
this
want
league.
to know something? If you're Nathaniel Hackett, I'd fucking bench him. I'd bench him. The team's lost.
Yes.
The team is
I
lost.
agree.
This team does not have any faith in Russell Wilson. This team does not have any faith in Nathaniel Hackett. And obviously there is something going on with Russell Wilson because I got news for you. There are teams with worse receiving cores that are performing at a much higher level.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
let's stop and think about this.
Green Bay.
Well, no, honest to God, Green Bay's receivers showed me a lot this week. But
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Do you know what Lamar Jackson would look like with Cortland Sutton?
Oh,
Huh.
yeah. Yeah, that's
Jesus
true.
Christ. Cortland Sutton would look like Jerry fucking Rice.
Imagine if he had Judy.
Yeah. Or honest to God, even Hinton looked decent yesterday. It's awful. It's awful. You've got to, if you are Denver, I mean, there's no way Denver wins another game this year. I thought this would be the one. I thought this would be the one that they might get a W against. They might rejuvenate a little bit. No, dude, it's over for them. It's over. And
Are
when
you trying to say to throw the dirt on the Denver Broncos
the
as of
dirt's
right
on,
now?
dude. The dirt's on.
Yeah.
The dirt's on. Make the fucking headstone. It's over. They are fucking awful. 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 They play Baltimore next week, Kansas City, Arizona, the Rams, Kansas City again in the chart. They're this bad and haven't played Kansas City yet.
Oh,
They're not winning another game. You know what? They might, if Stafford doesn't come back, they might win the Rams game.
oh, God damn it. You know what'll happen? You know what'll happen? That Perkins kid from
Bryce
the Rams
Perkins will
light
have
them
a
up.
day.
Yes.
Oh,
Light them up.
fucking
God
awful.
damn it. We could be picking 2 or 3, and the next thing you know, we'll be picking at fucking 6.
Because of Bryce Perkins.
Because
baby.
of Bryce fucking Perkins.
Isn't that a fucking hilarious? That
Jesus
the fate of the Lions
Christ.
draft lays in the hands of Bryce Perkins. Oh my God.
This next game, and
And ours,
God bless Taylor Heineke. He just continues to do the job.
This one really worried me. I'm not gonna lie. It was a great game to watch. I wanted Washington to win this game so bad. I found myself as a Commanders fan yesterday. I really did. I thought this was a nice, gutty performance out of Taylor Heineke. I think it was an even better performance out of the Washington defense, who, in my eyes, is starting to.
They had to stand on their head to win this game.
Yeah.
dude, this game was dog.
No, I thought. I'll be honest with you. I thought.
This was the game that came on, and I was like, just put something else on. God dang it. It's terrible. Just two teams that are terrible.
You're a fucking spunk puddle. Anyways,
It's not that they're terrible.
No,
they're
they're
good
not.
teams. I'm saying I just don't like watching them play.
only reason I was happy about this game was because Atlanta lost. And I needed that. But I'm going to, this is something I realized in this game. Washington's defense is, God, I hope I don't get ridiculed for this. They're a top 5 defense, especially the front.
No, I totally agree.
Their defensive front.
If they're not a top 5 defense, then everybody they've drafted is a bust.
I mean, God,
Jonathan
damn.
Allen and Deron Payne.
I mean, even
Have you seen
Montez
better
Sweat had a
tackles than
nice
these
game.
guys?
Montez Sweat had a nice game. Kendall Fuller had a big pick. Like, Jamin Davis, 10 tackles.
Yeah.
They're all clicking now. They're clicking. That
They-
Derek
they-
Forrest
they
guy
haven't-
has been hot as shit lately.
They don't even have Chase Young yet.
No, wait till they get that in there.
Get him into that rotation. And,
Could you imagine if
and
He
give
was.
somebody
He got hurt again,
opposite
didn't he?
Montez Sweat, so where he could be
Yes.
single teamed instead of double teamed.
could you
on every
imagine
play.
if Washington somehow obviously
Stumbles
they're not
their
gonna
way
win the
into
division, but somehow stumbles their way into the playoffs? Dan Snyder goes in, fucking makes a run at it right now before he gets ousted.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Puts his nutsack on the table.
Yeah.
He'll leave.
Yeah. I mean, that's what
Huh?
he said.
Anyway.
On the other side, Atlanta, honest to God, they didn't play that awful of a game. Washington's defense just this
Zacharias had a great game, 5
Zacchaeus.
catches for 91 yards.
Zacharias. Will you try and say his first name?
I don't even know what his fucking first name
When he
is.
first started,
Olamide?
Olamide Zacharias.
Zacchaeus.
I know what his name is. I'm kidding.
5 receptions, 91 yards. Drake London, another huge game, 2 receptions for 29.
He's fucking a shit.
Um,
Shit box. The only one worse than him is fucking the tight end. That doesn't exist anymore. 'Cause he's
how
on
happy are
IR.
you that you don't have to deal with Kyle Pitts anymore?
Fucking asshole.
Algier and Cordero Patterson each got 11 carries, ran for 100 yards combined. Their offense didn't play that bad, right? I mean,
Marcus Mariota's a gutty dude. He's a gutty dude because he was doing it all by himself at one point.
are you ready?
Yeah.
Marcus Mariota is now a watered-down version of Taylor Heineke.
I don't know about that.
I think so. I like Heineke more than Mariota. I do. And say
Yeah,
what
but
you want.
still
Heineke's a
don't like
little
Heineke.
guy, dude. Mariota's a big dude. Heineke is a little tiny fucker, dude. If he's 6 foot, I'd be surprised.
Mariota's 6'4", 222.
Right. And how big is Heineke?
You know what I forgot?
5'11" and fucking a $180.
He's talking about height. Did you see during the Chargers game, they put up a little graphic of how tall Justin Herbert would be standing next to Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they put Kyler Murray.
right
Hey, you want to know what's even funnier? They put Kyler Murray at 5'10". The guy is not 5'10".
No, he's not.
I bet you he's 5'7".
Who puts that up?
Taylor Heineke's 6'1". So
What is he?
Mariota 6'1",
He
210.
is not 6'1".
I think they had him at
Motherfucker's
6'2".
5'11".
Either way-
He's 6'1" with his cleats on.
I think Washington's starting to establish themselves as a.
Brian
you
Roberts
kinda gotta worry
was a
about.
fucking beast yesterday.
Oh, god damn. This just in. Breaking news. Bears head coach Matt Eberflus told reporters that wide receiver Darnell Mooney is out for the season.
Oh,
Oh,
Christ.
I saw that coming.
No, that was done the other day.
No, it wasn't. It happened
Before the game, no?
No, he went out
played.
I
during
thought
the
he
game.
went on IR before the game.
No, he played.
Okay, nobody cares anyway. But all right.
Speaking of the Bears, here we go.
Well,
Do either
It's
of
the
you
Bears. I mean,
do
what else?
either of you remember what I said about Mike White on the last show we did on Friday? Do either of you remember?
no.
No, negative.
You don't. If you want to refresh
Well, I
the
was
course,
hungover, so.
I said that he would blow it up this game, probably throw for 350 and 4 or 5 touchdowns. And then next week he would come out and he'd have a little bit worse of a game, but still a very impressive one. You know,
That's what he did last
290
year.
yards and 3 touchdowns.
That's what he did last
And then
year.
the third game, he will absolutely pull down those little tight green pants on midfield and shit like a fucking Rottweiler with diarrhea. And that's exactly what is going to happen.
But at the beginning of the season, you were also saying that Joe Flacco would do exactly that. But then he came out, was actually making them win games.
He won, 3 or 4 games, and then they put Zach
Flacco
Wilson
did.
in. Yeah.
They were winning
what I'm saying.
until Flacco was benched.
But before the season, we were saying how Flacco
And then it was the Brees Hall show for fucking 2 games. Then he got hurt, and then they fucking started losing big time after
Right.
that.
'Cause
But
then Wilson was
I will
exposed.
say this. Finally, we have a fucking guy
Listen to
that's utilizing this
There's
good
nobody
wide
better.
receiver
There's
core
no-
there.
I mean-
they have a good wide receiver core, the Jets.
Can you take your hard on out of your hand because Garrett Wilson had a 30-point
I'm not even talking about Garrett Wilson. I'm talking about
No.
they were using everybody.
I agree.
Elijah
He
Moore.
was.
Conklin,
He
50
was.
He
yards.
was using the best receiver
Whoever
in
the-
football.
He was spreading the ball
The best
around.
receiver in football that doesn't get enough fucking balls thrown his way.
Who?
I'm sorry?
Who's the best receiver in football?
Braxton Berrios.
He only had one
God
catch
bless
for 4 yards.
Braxton Berrios. Best receiver in football. Nobody uses him. Send him to Tampa.
Garrett Wilson, 5 for 95 and 2. Elijah Moore, 2 for 64 and 1. Conklin, 3 for 50. Yes, he spread the ball around very well. Unfortunately, Michael Carter went out very early in this game
Son of a
with a
bitch.
bad injury. Either way, Mike White was extremely impressive yesterday. And it's as expected. As expected. That's why I took the Jets. And then fucking Trevor Seaman, on the other hand.
Trevor Simeon.
Trevor Seaman.
No, his name is
Proper
Simeon.
pronunciation, Seaman. He did not have a very nice game.
Simeon.
I'll tell you what, he knows how to use his receivers more than Justin Fields does.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Chicago just looked awful.
Well,
Chicago looked fucking
it's
awful.
Chicago.
And you know what? Their defense, you're right. Without Roquan Smith, Robert Quinn, they've decimated their own defense.
Jack Sanborn, the kid out of Wisconsin, plays his ass off every week. In
Yes, he
that
does.
Roquan Smith spot.
He's got the thickest neck of any human I've ever seen.
Yes,
too.
he's not fucking
Even
human.
Tyreek.
He's a fucking.
He has a
meaty
bull
fucker, dude.
constrictor neck.
Yeah, he's a meaty
Oh, I'm
fucker.
sorry. Tyreek has no.
David Montgomery, decent little game, 14 rushes, 79 yards. It's 5.5 per carry. Obviously, they're without Khalil Herbert now. They're without Justin Fields. So,
You could basically throw some dirt on the Chicago Bears right
yeah, it's over for them.
now? Okay.
They're right
I mean,
off,
if you
too.
put the dirt on Green
Okay.
Bay, you're putting it on Chicago.
Yeah, they're done.
Okay.
God, I don't even want to talk about this game.
Well, I mean, why? What's there to talk about?
Miami pulled everybody who was worth a fuck at the half. They won 30-15 because Houston stumbled into the end zone twice. On
Kyle
accident.
Allen stumbled into the end zone there.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't know why we were taking everybody out.
huh?
I don't know why we pulled everybody, dude.
Who's we?
Miami, dude. I'm saying
because
we
guess
because
what?
I have Tua
Maybe because-
on my fantasy team.
Guess what?
Maybe because they were
You
up
fucking
by
twat
fucking
stain.
Who cares? Pull Tom
It
Brady,
was
drop a fucking
28
50
to-
ball real quick.
28 to fucking 3 at one point, and just decided, you know what?
Why are we
Let's
going
not
to
get
risk?
our guys hurt.
Yeah.
Set them down.
Because
Give
guess
some of these
what?
other guys some
Guess
playing
what?
time.
You want to know what would have been the most Miami Dolphin thing that ever happened? In a 30-6 game against the Houston Texans, Tyreek Hill tears his fucking ACL, and the Miami Dolphins season is over. So blow me with your fantasy team. Jeff Wilson, who got hurt? Was it Wilson that got hurt in this game? I think he did.
No, it wasn't him. No, they just sat him after a while.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
didn't
nobody-
need to do anything else.
No.
Tyreek Hill, 6 for 85. Jalen Waddle, 5 for 85. River Crawcraft, 4 for 55.
Chris Kraft.
Who the fuck is
Chris
Robert Crawcraft? River.
He's the boat, Chris Kraft.
Fucking rookie out of Washington State. Nice.
And Skylar Thompson was in the ball game and played basically the whole fourth quarter and most of the third quarter, too.
Yeah.
He played for Kansas State, if anybody's wondering who
Miles
Skylar
Gaskin
Thompson is.
finally got a couple carries there.
Yeah?
Yeah. Miami dominated this game.
Didn't know he was still on the team.
It wasn't nearly as close as the final score projected.
No.
But
No,
It was
they had
over.
two
They were in
garbage
control the whole time.
touchdowns at the end there.
yeah, they were in control the whole time. Miami might win that division.
I'm going to agree
Might?
with you.
Might.
I'm going to agree with you.
Bruce
Because-
is still all fucking butthurt because he thinks the fucking Bills are awful.
Listen to me. I don't think the Bills are awful. I just don't think the Bills are the
Miami's
best team
better.
anymore.
Little other piece of news.
Absolutely.
Bengals running back Joe Mixon, who missed Cincinnati's win against the Titans
Fucker.
due to concussion, is trending in the direction, but will still be a game-time decision to play on Sunday versus the Chiefs.
Anyway, I'm not worried about that. He'll be playing.
Next up,
Poop game.
Tampa Bay.
We're jumping here.
What the fuck do you mean we're jumping?
There's only
here?
2 left.
Well,
I mean, that's the next game.
okay.
Oh, no, I missed Cincinnati and Tennessee.
Okay.
Either way, whichever one you want to do first, we'll start here so I can fucking get this over with because this is awful.
Which one do you want to start with, man? Because I'll just say it.
Go ahead.
I
think it might be time for Tom to.
I think you could throw the dirt on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now. Get the shovel out and start throwing some fucking dirt on them because they're done.
It was bad. That was bad.
Jacoby Brissett
Come on, dude.
looked like the
Can you
goat out
fucking
there.
Stop, dude.
What?
Stop. This isn't a laughing matter.
Yes, it is a laughing matter.
Yeah.
I can't do anything but laugh.
Jacoby Brissett had no impact on.
Listen to me. Nick Chubb did what Nick Chubb does.
Okay, we're not here to talk about the game, dude.
Oh, we're not?
No,
Why?
no.
What are you talking about?
I agree with you, and I disagree with you.
Okay.
This is what, through all of my reflecting and watching Tampa Bay, this is what I have come to. Do I think Tom Brady is washed? No, I don't. Because I still stand by the fact that there's not too many quarterbacks in the league who can go out there every week consistently and be fucking 70% passing for 250 yards, get a couple of touchdowns, and have 100 QBR. So, no, I am not willing and ready to say that.
He was 29 of 43, 246, 2 touchdowns. Godwin had 12 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown.
Okay, are you
That's not what gave them up. What made them lose this game is that fucking defense.
Let me finish.
Defense was awful,
Let me finish.
especially in the fourth quarter.
The biggest fundamental difference from this team this year to last year is not the talent. It's not the fact that Tom Brady's another year older. It's not the fact that Leonard Fournette is hurt. It is not the fact that they lost a number of pieces defensively. It's not the fact that they've lost 3 of their best offensive linemen to fucking free agency and injuries, and now Tristan Wirfs is out. It's none of that.
His isn't serious, though.
I know.
He'd be back.
But this is it. This is why this team isn't playing well. And I finally figured it out. For some reason,
Todd Bowles is a shit show.
For some reason, this team cannot get behind, doesn't fight as hard, isn't nearly as organized, isn't nearly as prepared with Todd Bowles as head coach as they were with Bruce Arians. And I finally figured it out this week.
There it is. You just
Brady,
said it yourself.
I don't know what happened. Everybody wants to say Brady ran Arians out of town. Everybody wants to say that he was the reason why he's gone, but I can't.
I don't believe that.
You know what? I don't believe that either.
He still works there.
I don't believe that either. I don't believe it was differences between those two. I don't. Because at the end of the day, Tom Brady, if you want to call somebody a perennial pro, there's nobody that's higher up on that list than Tom Brady. At the end of the day, he knows that good coaches that have control of their team win. He played New England for 20 years. Arians had that team motivated, prepared, and ready to go. And for some reason, who else is going to get the blame now? Who else can you put the blame on?
Tom Brady.
Todd Bowles is supposed to be a but he's not playing poorly. Todd Bowles is supposed to be a defensive guy, correct?
Supposed to be.
And the defense looks awful. Todd Bowles as a head coach of this team is very underspoken. Bruce Arians
Todd Bowles had his chance to be a fucking head coach in this league and fucking sucked.
Todd Bowles.
That's why he got fired from the Jets.
Todd Bowles is truly, in my heart of hearts, the reason why this team is where it is right now.
Right. He's a good coordinator.
Yes.
Just not a head coach.
They are not prepared. The defense isn't prepared.
So at what point does ownership say, you know what, Todd, it's not working? Let Brian Leftwich do it.
No, he's not the answer either. He's
okay.
Not. He's not. Because I got news for you. Brian Leftwich isn't what's making this offense go right now. Brian Leftwich is the one calling the bonehead fucked up stupid plays. It's easy. It's easy to see. Every single first down, what do the Buccaneers do on first down? Every time.
I have no idea. I wasn't paying attention.
They run the ball at the gut. Every time. Who do you think made the call for the fucking stupid ass fucking play in fucking Munich the other day where they almost threw the fucking interception to Brady? Or they did throw the interception when Fournette threw it to Brady.
No, he didn't. That wasn't a pick. It hit the ground.
Whatever. That bullshit.
Okay.
This coaching staff is inept. Period. Point blank. End of story. And you want to know what? It's the perfect setup.
Perfect setup for
Todd Bowles, for them to not make the playoffs this year, for Atlanta to squeak in a game ahead of them, for Todd Bowles to get fucking ousted, and for Sean Payton to come in and coach the Buccaneers next year. And don't laugh at me like I'm crazy. Because if you go and look, report after report after report of Sean Payton desperately trying to get another head coaching job in this league.
Sean Payton will be a head coach.
I'll take him.
Sean Payton.
Take him here.
Sean Payton is going to coach the Buccaneers next year. Brady's not washed. This year's a fucking write-off. They'll get the coaching situation figured out. The same gang will be back.
Are you trying to
year.
tell me that Brady is not going to Miami?
No. Nope. I don't believe it.
Just checking there.
I don't. At this moment, I don't.
Ross is a weirdo.
At this moment, I don't believe that.
Okay.
I don't think they'd even want to do it at this point.
Exactly. Why would you?
At this moment, I think he stays in Tampa. I think Sean Payton comes in to coach. And I think that...
But in Miami's, I don't think Miami, why would they do it?
And I think this year is just going to be... This year, we're at the point where I'm almost ready
why
to
would
say
you give up
right
a young prospect for a guy who's old?
I mean, but this is... And the problem I have with this is because everybody's saying, oh, this is it. 10 years ago, we did it. 10 years ago, Max Kellerman, you fucking midget dick douche, you're the one that started it. Tom Brady is no longer an elite fucking quarterback in this league. And I'm hearing
I will say that
10 years in three
I will say this about it. At this point, when you're looking at it, guys like Rodgers and Brady and Stafford and these guys that have been around for a decade or not longer,
I did notice
are all struggling.
Dude, you can't sit here. No, there's the fundamental difference. The Buccaneers, the Packers, and the Rams as teams are struggling.
Correct.
But if you look at it by the numbers,
Brady's numbers aren't that great right now, dude. You need to stop. His numbers are not.
What I kind of noticed was
so what you're going to do is you're going to say
they're not Brady-esque. His numbers are not Brady-esque.
Yeah, but how many times in your lifetime can you remember Tom Brady being 5 and 6? They're fifth in passing yards.
He was 5 and 6 when Brady hurt his knee and didn't play.
Okay.
And
hold on. The Buccaneers are fifth in passing yards.
Yeah.
So what are we going to sit here and he leads the league? He leads the league in passing touchdowns.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Do we need to go here, dude? They can't run the fucking football.
No, but you're saying he doesn't have Brady.
throwing the ball fucking 50 times a game.
You're saying he doesn't have Brady-esque numbers, but he's fifth in yards in first in touchdowns.
Listen, Brady's always been his completion percentage is always there. He's always right up in the top in passer rating, and he's not there, dude. Stop clicking and hear me out. You know his numbers aren't fucking good.
No,
his numbers aren't
you're
good
wrong.
because the offense
that's the exact opposite that's the exact opposite of what I'm talking about. The offense is struggling, the defense isn't playing well, their record is dog shit, and he's still having a good year.
I will say.
So that's the opposite of what you're saying the opposite of what I am. As far as
they're not having a good year, period. They fucking lost yesterday.
I'm aware.
He did everything he could, and guess what? It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, dude. Because at the end of the day, Amari Cooper had a big fucking catch down the stretch there, and had Nick Chubb absolutely tore the ass out of him in overtime.
Correct. But you're missing the fundamental point
I'm not
of what
missing
I'm talking
anything,
about.
dude.
Yeah, you are.
What am I missing?
Yeah, you are.
What am I missing? They lost.
That everybody like you is sitting here and you're going to put the blame on Tom Brady.
I'm not putting the blame on him, dude. All I'm saying is he's not playing as well as he has. And how are you going to?
Well,
your offensive line's decimated. You don't have a full complement of receivers from week to week. And fucking it is what it is. But if he had Chris Godwin out there yesterday, it would have been putrid. His numbers would have been putrid.
You're missing what I'm saying. You're completely missing it because
What am I missing?
I'm trying to figure out how right now he is on pace to have a better completion percentage, a better touchdown interception ratio, less sacks, higher yards per carry, and a higher QBR than he did in 2020 when they won the Super Bowl and they're this bad. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't believe that.
I'm looking at the numbers.
Yeah, well, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. But he was a lot more efficient.
You can believe whatever you want. The numbers are the numbers.
Well, it doesn't matter. Obviously, his numbers don't fucking matter, do they? Because they only won 5 fucking games this year. So the numbers, you could throw that analytics shit right in the toilet. It is what it is.
You just don't care. You just don't care.
What do you mean I don't care?
I'm asking.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if he fucking wins, dude. I don't want to see him anymore. I wish he'd fucking retire. Because it's a joke, dude. Watching him right now, it's like watching a boxer past his prime. Oh, it's fucking pathetic, dude. But he ain't doing nothing.
You're missing it.
What is he doing? He's not winning. He's tarnishing his fucking career. He doesn't need this. Jesus. He doesn't need this shit. He should have went out when he won the Super Bowl. He should have fucking stayed gone. Add a no. Yeah, end it. Fucking go. You won the Super Bowl. He's got nothing else to play for.
You're doing exactly what I said.
You're
doing exactly what I said. How is it his numbers are better statistically and analytically than the year he won his last Super Bowl?
And they've won 5 games.
Right. And
all I'm going to say is they won 5 games. He can put up all the fucking numbers he wants. It doesn't matter. They're not winning.
But that's what the fuck I am saying. To a T. You just proved my point for me.
What's your point?
Without question. How can you take someone who is having statistically a better year than they did the last time they won the Super Bowl, the team is 5 and 6, and put the blame on him?
I'm not putting the blame on him.
You just said they're not.
I'm not putting the blame on him. I said he should have fucking retired when he said he was going.
But if he's still playing at that level,
hold on.
Yeah,
if you're saying he should have retired, then you're saying he's wrong.
Listen, you could put fucking anybody back there to play at his level right now.
But see, there it is again. You just contradicted yourself.
Well, I'm contradicting myself.
It's not his fault,
dude,
but anyone could do it.
Okay, so he's
put
putting
Russell
up
Willson
these
back
great
there
numbers.
And see what their record is.
As you say, analytically, he's putting up these great fucking numbers. They won 5 games. They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. He needed to call it quits 2 years ago. He should never fucking came back. He should have stayed gone.
I apologize for that.
What else does he have to prove? What else does he have to prove?
No, this is
He's
gold.
the most winningest quarterback of all time. Why the fuck is he back? To go through a year like he's going through right now, he loses his fucking marriage, and now he's got to go through this shit with these dumpster fire, and is it partially his fault? Yeah. You want to know why? Because he ran Bruce Arians out of fucking town.
You just said he didn't. You just said
he did.
He didn't.
He did it. You know he did.
Oh my God.
He didn't like Bruce Arians fucking always fucking talking shit to him. He didn't like none of that. Whatever. You know I'm right.
Can't make up his mind, baby.
Whatever. Throw the dirt on him. It doesn't fucking matter. Throw the dirt on him.
The only reason you don't need to throw the dirt on him is because Atlanta lost again yesterday too. So guess what? Much to your despair, he'll probably make the fucking playoffs.
Maybe.
He'll play He'll probably play Minnesota the first time.
I don't know if he'll make it.
And play Philly in the fucking NFC Championship.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways. Cincinnati and Tennessee. Derrick Henry had yet another dog shit game, and Cincinnati stepped the fuck up again and went undefeated in November. And it's better than the fucking Bengals. And in Tennessee, just perfectly like I said, got exposed because when they had to put the game on Ryan Tannehill, they didn't fucking get it done.
God bless Ryan Tannehill.
Fuck Ryan Tannehill. Samaje Perine, who's
guess
not
what? His numbers were better than Brady's this week.
No, they actually weren't. But
we're not getting into this again.
No, it's fine. Because you want to know what it is? Certain people in this world just have fundamental hatred for no reason, right? Like, at least if
You're a hater.
You're the definition of the word hater. You're the definition of the word hater, and you choose to defy any sort of logic to understand things and just go, pick whatever you choose.
You can't understand why Tom Brady's numbers are so great and they've only won 5 games?
No, yes, exactly.
You can't understand it?
Figure it out. Well, no,
trying to figure it out?
What I understand.
You already figured it out. The coaching staff.
Why do you ask questions if I can't answer them? Yeah, but you're exactly right.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
Why are people like you gonna put the blame on Tom Brady? Say he's washed. Say he should have retired. All of that. When
he should retire. He should have retired.
Thank you for listening.
What did you want to retire on top? What? That's it? You're walking away? You're walking away right now?
Mic drop.
Yes. All right. Let's have a great. Thanks for watching.
What you're doing is the equivalent to cheese grater masturbation. Because you're sitting there and you're saying, I agree with you. It's not Tom Brady's fault. But fuck Tom Brady, it's his fault. Over and over and over and over.
Listen to me. I just want to see him gone. I don't think he needs to
That's
play anymore.
fine. But guess
Is he
what?
playing at a high level?
When you're on here, you're supposed to use logic.
I am using logic.
You're not.
I am using logic.
You're not.
I'm the only one allowed to
this.
not use logic on this show.
The bottom line is this. They won 5 games. Regardless of the coaching staff, because the Lions have only won fucking 4 games because of their coaching staff, regardless of the coaching staff, he's the greatest to ever play the game. They should have won more than 5 fucking games, period. They should not have lost that fucking game yesterday. They should not have lost that fucking game against Carolina.
But
what?
Correct.
But what?
I agree with you.
They should not have lost that game.
But they
shouldn't have lost that game to fucking Green Bay. Am I wrong on that? Yes or no?
No.
They should have never lost that game against Green Bay.
Holy
I
fuck.
put that on him. He's the fucking leader. He's got to get this team together. I put it on him. He's the fucking leader. He's the leader. He's the one running this team, not fucking Todd Bowles. We all know this. Well, we're not stupid, right?
So if that's...
Am I wrong or no?
If that's the case...
Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Is he the fucking leader on the team?
He is supposed to be the leader of the team.
It's his fucking responsibility to get these guys ready to play. His fucking responsibility.
So no responsibility falls on the back of Todd Bowles?
Absolutely it does. Todd Bowles should have been fired 2 weeks ago. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but see, that's the point that you're making.
The point I'm making is this. He's the leader. They've won 5 games. They've shit the bed. He hasn't done enough to win. Period.
I guess that's it. It's on Brady.
You know I'm right.
It's on
It is
Brady.
what it fucking is. He's got to hold some responsibility for this. He does. He's the fucking leader. He's the GOAT, remember? He's the fucking GOAT. If you're not the fucking GOAT, then you shut up and you take your fucking losses and go to the locker room, jump on your plane, go to U of M. It is what it is, dude.
Wish I had one of those magic remotes. You just
What are you looking for? Your weed pen? You looking for your weed pen?
Down,
Fuck you.
just mute.
Anyways,
Hey, have a great, great day. Hey, by the way, Nick Chubb.
thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Tip Balls Podcast. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Tip Balls, TikTok at Tip Balls Podcast. If you're listening to us on Apple Music and Spotify, make sure to watch us on YouTube and please subscribe. Thank you so much for listening. You will hear from us on Thursday with Fantasy Frenzy.